The new amazing 102.5 FM, Houston.
órale, Houston.
Yes, y'all.
Welcome back. This is órale, Houston, a new amazing 102.5 FM. We want to remind you guys that we're here each and every Wednesday in support of the Bread of Life Foundation. So we're here doing the drive-through contactless food distribution till 12 p.m. each and every Wednesday. So there's still time to make your way down here and receive some help. A toda mi gente queremos recordarles que estamos aquí en servicio de la Fundación Bread of Life cada miércoles para la distribución de comida sin contacto. Aquí en la iglesia St. John Downtown, 2019 Crawford Street, en la ciudad de Houston, Texas. Para cualquier persona que tenga la necesidad de que le ayudemos, aquí estamos hasta las 12 del mediodía.
All right.
All right.
Got it.
That being said, welcome back. We're joined by our guest here, Mr. Charles Villafana,
Yes, sir.
President of NAREP, incoming president of
Incoming
NAREP.
president-elect, February 5th at 10 p.m. We'll have our installation.
That'll be your inauguration.
Yeah.
Hey,
We're here.
congrats,
Today,
sir.
January 20th, 2021, is President Joe Biden's inauguration. So, we got the presidential connection for
There we
sure.
go.
Hey, for real.
Sure.
Bringing it all together.
All presidential. Now, you're going to talk to us here about a lot of important stuff, especially for the Latino community. We're on the heels of receiving the news that DACA is going to be, they're going to be extending green cards to all DACA recipients. So that's going to be a big deal as far as the legal status of a lot of people, but also what they're able to do financially as also buying a house.
Yes.
And I know
Yes.
that's more your avenue, Jocelyn, so I'll let you take it away.
Yes.
I'm a bystander here.
No, so it's huge. Jocelyn, as a realtor, you're going to be able to help DACA recipients now get an FHA-backed loan. That's
Yeah,
huge.
That's
So
amazing.
what does that
That's
mean for the
amazing.
common person?
That just means that they qualify for a government subsidized, not subsidized, but government-backed loan. So before they removed that from FHA, I don't know how long ago, and now I guess the incoming president and what he's doing is bringing that back, which is huge. Now anyone that's a dreamer can also be a homeowner and reach that,
Beautiful.
the American dream of owning a home.
Yeah,
Dope,
and we
dope.
know by NAREP statistics, or studies rather, that DACA recipients are actually very likely to not only finish off college, but then also become homeowners.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we had talked about how DACA recipients are more likely to be more because of their status and everything, be more on top of their finances, just everything that they need to do in order to
on
basically
point.
be here.
Yeah,
On point.
100%. They're not buying a home just for them. They're buying a home for their family.
Exactly.
It's usually they have their moms and their brothers and sisters moving with them as well. So this is huge. It's not just somebody else buying a home. It's buying a home for their family.
For sure.
Indeed.
Yes, yes.
And let's talk about NAREP because Jocelyn talks about NAREP each and every week, so I feel like we're kind of familiar with it. But hearing from the incoming president, what's the
Yes.
mandate for you coming into NAREP, and what are you hoping to achieve during your presidency?
The biggest thing that we try to achieve during the year is going out educating professionals on how to create home ownership, but not just home ownership, but sustainable home ownership.
Right.
The key is not just to get somebody in the home. The key is to get them in the home and have them stay in the
Exactly.
home. So the creating sustainable home ownership is the biggest part of NARP and what we believe in. We're going to go out and have educational classes throughout the year for the realtors, practitioners, and loan officers that are out there, just so we can make sure that these people that are buying homes stay in their homes. That's the goal. We don't want someone to buy a home and then overextend themselves and then 3 years from now have to sell the home and go back into renting again.
Sure.
So we want them in that home for the whole period of time. So that's what our goal is. And the biggest misconception of NARP, you don't have to be Hispanic to be a part of NARP.
What?
I did want to bring that up.
Anyone can be a
To
part
be
of
honest,
NARP.
that I didn't
Yes.
know.
Yes.
I
Okay,
do want to bring that up
right.
because that's the first question I get every single
all the
time I
time.
introduce someone. They're like, well, do you have to be Hispanic? Because I'm not
No.
Hispanic. I'm like, no, you don't.
No, not at all. Super excited about this year. We have our upcoming installation February 5th at 10 p.m. It's going to be via Zoom and virtual, of course, because of the situation that we're in. I'm super excited about the board we have coming in. Super young.
Great people.
Hungry, ready to go out and help the community. So
Yeah.
that's going to be awesome.
That's what it's all about.
And we actually had Eddie in here, maybe, about a
Eddie
month?
Massa.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Eddie Massa.
Yeah.
He's a great guy.
You gotta say the whole name, man.
Yeah.
Eddie
That's
Massa.
a cool guy.
I know. But the name matches,
Yeah.
most definitely.
Oh, yeah. No, he's going to be our incoming events director. So everything that we're putting on, it's
That's
backed
the
by
right
him.
guy for the
Yeah,
job.
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
definitely.
Yes.
Most definitely.
Yeah, such a creative mind.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah, and so just to be clear, NAREP is business to business. So we are educating and reaching out to other real estate professionals. So we're not going directly to the consumers, but it's for us to be educated so that we can then turn around to our
Exactly.
clients in the community.
That's exactly 100% correct. We go out and educate the practitioner, not the
Public.
consumers
Yeah.
themselves. We're not going to go out and do educational first-time homebuyer classes to the public.
Yeah.
But we will do it with the practitioners and teach them the best practices and give them the best tools, and that way they know exactly what they can use and what can't.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let me just mention real quick that we are planning here to have our own real estate panel for home buyers. This will be in April. So just kind of pencil that into your calendars.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know, the reason why we talk about homeownership so much, besides just that being Jocelyn's forte and stuff like that, but you know, a lot of let's just focus on the dreamers. You know, this is going to be the first generation that really digs down its roots here in this country.
True.
And you know, I want to say we're just to put it this way, we're kind of at a disadvantage, you know, because a lot of families pass down wealth, pass down property, and you know, you kind of start off on higher footing. You know, and for my family, and I know a lot of Latino families, you know, who are just breaking in here, and that sounded wrong. Breaking in, like
Thanks,
we're
Franco.
not breaking in, but we're breaking the glass ceiling, and you know,
There you go.
we're
We're
getting
breaking barriers.
Yeah, breaking barriers, and we're getting into home ownership. A lot of this stuff is important, you know.
Yeah, I mean, and that's how you build wealth, really.
Exactly.
It's like that's the foundation for
Only
so many people.
It's the only tangible, you know, property that you could pass down to a generation.
One of the biggest things you just said is creating generational wealth.
100%.
And that's the key, and the fastest way to do it is through real estate.
Yes.
Even though we're behind the eight ball, like you're saying, we can still do it. We can buy houses with $0 out of pocket.
Exactly.
People don't know that. You can go out and be an investor. You can be a flipper. You can build your portfolio. It's just having the right people behind you and in your corner. Creating generational wealth is key, and that's one of the biggest things that at NAREP, we want to push this year.
Oh yeah.
So talking about that, share with us how NARP has affected you, has impacted you both personally and professionally.
So being a part of NAREP just puts me in the right circles. It put me in front of people that let me grow professionally and allowed me to learn that I could become an investor. So now I'm buying homes with $0 out of pocket and going in and flipping them and then helping my family create generational wealth. So that's the biggest thing. It's knowing the right people and it's growing your circle. We have a saying in Spanish, show me who you're with and I'll tell you who you are.
Say it in Spanish.
Dilo en
to the
español.
people.
Dime con quién andas y te digo con quién eres.
100%.
And that's the thing. It's like my circle has changed from when I was younger to where I'm in a professional career now. And it's allowed me to grow leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing is come out to these NARP events, network with us virtually right now, of course. But hopefully later on this year, we'll be back to having in-person events. And that's where you learn and you grow. And that's the biggest thing. One of the biggest things that I believe in is iron sharpens iron.
100%.
So if you're around the right people, you're going to learn, you're going to grow leaps and bounds. And I can't thank NAREP enough for those. Another thing is I met my future wife at NAREP.
Yeah, shout out to
Let's
Vero.
You should have said that first, bro.
For real, bro. You came straight in with that.
The lineage that I'm walking into are from these past presidents. You have the likes of Mark Dimas, the #1 Latino agent in the U.S.
Wow.
Ruby Miranda, Danny Garcia, Veronica Martinez, which is my future wife. I'm coming in as probably the first non-loan officer or non-realtor to be president. So I have some really big shoes to fill.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But hey, man,
Congratulations.
you're in the position for a reason. So you know, you come in with a clear mandate and stuff like that. Don't get your wife mad. You know, that might affect the job performance.
Happy wife, happy life.
Exactly.
There you go.
That's what we always say. That's how we get down. But we're gonna take a short break here in between sets. DJ Ivy's gonna mix for us.
Let's
He's
go.
a special treat
All
for you.
right.
We'll be right back with Mr. Charles Villafana, incoming president of NAREP. This is órale Houston on the new amazing 102.5 FM. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.